over 100. Over 100 hectares of green space to enjoy. There you go. Right, and just in 3 paragraphs, and a total of, you pretty much do this in 9 sentences, you have got a fully 9-mark answer just from being able to point, evidence, explain those challenges and how we fixed them. The difference from the Rio question is that really in this one, it's not all caused by the same thing. In a Rio case study, we literally just say, it's illegally there and it's not planned, therefore all this horrible stuff is happening. In this one, we've got to be a bit more specific. But because it has asked you, to what extent, which is a question that needs your opinion, then we need to give an opinion at the end. So, in conclusion, you could use overall, I think this is easier. In conclusion, the lower the valley redevelopment, if you want to say it's a success, well, they successfully implemented all this stuff. Lower valley redevelopment. There you go. Just a sentence conclusion at the end. In conclusion, the Lower Lee Valley redevelopment successfully improved the challenges of derelict buildings and unemployment. We've spelt it out for the examiner. This stuff has been improved. But because they want an opinion, and sometimes they want you to make a judgment, always a good idea to sort of say the opposite from a bit. So, however, we need to say a reason why it couldn't be considered a good thing. So, are there any negatives to redeveloping an area? And I would say the easiest thing to remember when talking about redevelopment is how much the project costs. No matter how good you've made the area, it will always have cost you money to make it, and therefore that's money that could have been spent somewhere else. Yeah. Well, I'll put this all on Teams afterwards if you want it. So we can maybe get however, it's scheme cost. I would always just remember how much the scheme cost, because it's the same thing in the Rio one. If you want to use a bad reason for redeveloping Rio, right, the Rio redevelopment cost $1 billion to make. That's $1 billion that could have been spent on other stuff. The Lower Lee Valley redevelopment cost $9.3 billion. So that's £9.3 billion that could have been spent somewhere else. Maybe it's not a good scheme because I spent billions of pounds on it. Cost a lot of money. 9.3 billion. However, the scheme cost us 9.3 billion, which could have been used to help more than just one area. If you think about it, that's £9 billion for just one tiny area of London, and not London as a whole. We're talking about an example of a relatively small area within a whole city that needs redevelopment. So, I would say that last sentence, no matter what question you get, that's a pretty good conclusion to have in mind. Right. They successfully solved these challenges. However, it cost them $9 billion to do it, so is it really a good thing? Right. You could also throw in it's now too expensive for the locals to live there, but I honestly think that having a number such as 9.3 billion was used is the best way to do it. Right. Once again then, just to prove that these questions don't need a huge amount of info. You can always add to your questions. As some people don't use point evidence explain, they use 3, which is an extra E on the end of the which is point, evidence, explain, extend. That is often used for adding another sentence on at the end. But otherwise, we have managed to explain pretty much, we have explained to what extent they have improved the area. There you go. Right. What I would suggest, just like with our last few questions, if you are able to write a perfect point evidence explain paragraph yourself to each of those different headers, then it's in your head now, you've written it once before, you could now write it again if you got asked that question on paper. Even if they only ask you about, what are the economic how is the economy benefited in redevelopment, then you know, I remember my paragraph about redevelopment for the economy. There you go. As for those other statistics to use, I would say, right, shopping centre, there you go. There was a shopping centre called Westfield they built, there you go. The new school posted 1,800 students. And the new transport links, they just specify that as a new tube station. There you go. So these 3 points, social, economic and environmental, is everything they could ask you about London's redevelopment. That is all. If you were asked a 9-mark question about London, as long as you regurgitate these 3 paragraphs, then you have a perfect answer. I would say this is the most important part of the London bit. I wouldn't bother revising any other parts of it other than by click of highlighted in non-reviser. Right. Once again, this little highlighted box is the most important part, but really you can reduce it down to the stuff in this box, which is the benefits of the development. This knowledge organizer is on Teams. I will copy and put this on Teams as well as this this new photo with all our facts that we're going to remember from here. Other than that, I will give you the last 10 minutes to do your own revision. I would recommend writing out these paragraphs in your own book so that you have had the experience writing out a perfect answer. That way when you get to the test and you see the question, you can write it out yourself. Up to you. I will leave that on the board so you can see how my example paragraphs went. Otherwise, it is up to you for the rest of the lesson. You can do your own revision for this. If anyone needs a hand or would like me to go through how they would write a question, I am happy to. Or if there are any other parts of the topic that you would like me to go through, the one doing example paragraphs 1 and 2, if you'd like to look at them now. Again, with the knowledge organizer, we'll read through. Otherwise, I can't actually have your
all of this in book.
Are you listening to anything I just said? I said that you've got the rest of the lesson to do your own revision. I would recommend writing practice paragraphs for those points on the board.
Oh, okay.
Why do I have a pencil? I'll put this so quickly so I can go on a computer. Right, remind me, thanks for stuff, it couldn't do that. So,
Me?
I don't know about.
When?
Right, I'm going to switch here, so I don't know why I'm. If you need a moment to write paragraphs, I will help you, otherwise, thanks for answering. I want to see you write it. Do you want me to go through the paragraphs with you?
Yeah.
Too bad, I'm going to do it anyway, so you actually write it. So. I might look at some more stuff from the short answer question. Most of the short answer questions are about the urbanisation section, not about our two case studies. Because there's just not many things you can write about. bring up number 3 paragraphs in the social again? As long as you really could remember at least 3 different paragraphs, that's good for you. I focused on one economic, one environmental. That conclusion is good for any relevant question. I think you decided we wanted to do the test on Tuesday, fourth period, not Monday, fifth period. Which means we have one more revision lesson before then. You could do simply short answer questions. Because I'm assuming, hopefully, you will know how to write a graph and we did our maths skills last time. We probably don't have to go over grid references again. Right. When you are done, can you show your books at the front?
lên thêm thêm gì nữa. Lại
by the way, I've discovered a lot of GCSE revision guides in the back cupboard. If at any point someone would like to borrow a revision guide, they are welcome to have it. I have no use for it otherwise, I'm sure you can't have it. And then, at the back, I discovered in this old cupboard,
as long as it's not math.
Yeah,
there is a load of old revision guides
It's
here.
not.
It's your maths too. Hang on, right. I just want to point something out though. These guys are pretty good in general. The only problem is, I would not use these for any of your case study work. Because they don't include the same case studies as we do. It's good for general urbanization, bad for the case studies. You are welcome to go. If you would like one of these books, I'm happy to lend them to you, as long as I get your name and know that you have it. Because it's useful for the physical topics, so like rivers and coasts, it's very useful. Thing is, right, okay, what urbanization section? Pretty good for that. Good. Not good for the case study. As you can see, they are talking about areas. And they are talking about areas like Nigeria. They do include a bit about fracking. Okay. I don't think it has math skills in it. No, it doesn't have something like
Does it have like Rio?
it has a tiny bit about Rio. Thing is, these are pretty good for the physical stuff because you can't do the physical topics any different. So, it's still showing you, oh look, there's our erosion, wave to notch, wave to platform.
Nothing.
No. Take the cracks,
No.
cave, arch, stack, stump, was the same thing. And these are a bit odd, they were always
Is the volume on?
Huh?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Charlie is sucking cock.
If you would like
Oh, fuck you. It's actually so annoying.
I think they are still
You honestly,
the general urbanization.
none of you heard that. None of you heard that.
They're a bit
Games is in.
but you can't do physical stuff.
Do you think it's just good to literally just like memorize? So then
Like video games or
Yeah, I mean, I find, once again, I find memorizing in the style of an answer. Instead of just remembering, well, deindustrialization is this, and this. If you remember it as a question of deindustrialization,
Yeah,
fits. Deindustrialization is called derelict from unemployment.
play Minecraft.
Blah, blah, blah.
because that's what I normally like trying to put like a piece of like evidence or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Roblox.
this is what we're doing there.
know.
Look, here are 6 different points for the early battle.
Because I play Fortnite sometimes, but I ain't played it that much, if you know what I mean.
If you just like try to remember,
No, I do play Fortnite sometimes, but you know, not all the time because it's kind of got boring.
keyword, then when you get to the test and you see
Oh yeah. Wait, so you know that stuff that you gave us, the sheets? Will they have like that stuff on it?
Same. The thing is gonna be rubbish or
what is
Like
it?
for this test?
Yeah. So the knowledge organisers have everything in the top of it.
Does it have like the actual like evidence?
Yeah. So, this highlighted knowledge organiser,
Yeah.
that is the knowledge organiser with all the info. Highlighted on it is the stuff that's relevant specifically for this task.
Was this like learn that?
Well, for example,
This is this big carpet.
last lesson.
Rubbish me!
Okay,
I'll
bye-bye.
go.
Right, as you can see, the stuff we did yesterday is highlighted. And it's that, healthcare is bad, 55% of people don't have already have it. There's a lack of education,
Really?
only 50% of people
That's
get to 14. I condensed it
Oh,
even more.
what? So they're literally points.
Literally, this is the points in the evidence. And then you should remember the explanation, because it's often common sense.
Okay, lunchbox out.
You don't get a job. You know, there you go. So that, I condensed it from that, even down to just healthcare equals 55% as doctor. So that when you get to a test and it asks you challenges in real, your brain goes, oh, healthcare.
some more.
Only 55% of people have a doctor, and you can
Yeah,
expand it.
once you've got that, you literally just like, yeah.
Like your brain is going to expand it on their own.
Oh, that's not that bad.
So I'd do, if you could, I mean, this is exactly like what we did for the London one, which is, right, all of this is highlighted, what we just did. What are our challenges? It's deindustrialising. New homes, 2,000 new homes. New school, 1,800 students. So that if you get asked in a test about regeneration in a UK system, you should just think of that. And quite often, if I'm writing a question, if I'm presented with this question here in the test, I go, right, highlight the keyword, so I know to what extent is value analysis like, unless you want to go around and collect it, right. Hello. To what extent highlight that? Now I know that I need an argument. It says how it's happening. There's a set against how.
Is it right?
Yeah, I'll put something. And then I know that. Right, UK city, talking about. We developed that means talking about how problems can be solved. And I'll just put a little note in my margin and go, I'm going to go social, homes, 3,000. Then I'm going to do economic, what was it? New businesses, 35 in use. Then I'm going to do environment, new park, 100 hectares. Right, and I'll just put that like, in the margin next to the question. And now I've got all my marks condensed into about 9 words.
Oh, yeah, well, so you actually just do that and just
Yeah,
take it.
and then I go, right, I know that I'm writing. Point, the social challenge was the lack of homes, which has now been improved. They built 3,000 houses. They sold the derelict buildings that were dangerous and vulnerable.
Oh.
And economics.
Well, and that just literally gets to 9 marks.
They don't just write that.
No, but
But
hey, isn't it
that's your condensed points, because you can expand this into that, which gets you 3 marks, and so on and so forth. And I just do that down, because otherwise I look
So
at the
it
question.
doesn't really take that long, does it?
Sorry?
Like for that question, it wouldn't really take that long.
No, but the problem is, when you get caught up, if I look at that question and go, to what extent is redevelopment is I go,
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
it's like,
I'm
oh no,
staring at
so
like, what
points
that
for so many different things, I remember the points, the evidence, I remember the evidence, not the point, and then if I can note it down here, I then know exactly what order of sentences I'm writing. So I know that I put things to right. Point about homes, evidence, 3 houses, explanation, derelict buildings can now be replaced. And then I know I've got that 3 marks in the back, instead of going, oh my god, what do I write? I know all this info about what order to write it and what structure. So that's just my trick for it. Because otherwise I get lost in all the info.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. I'll put this and things on it, so
Yeah.
you remember.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Can you find a way of doing them really earlier? You need to do any revision. Because I'm worried you're not going to do well tonight.
Alright, anyways. Đúng rồi, chuẩn bị chặt chi nữa. Thăm ai? Thăm rồi.